It ain't easy, man. And welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. How's it going, guys? Hope you're well, doing well, all that. Chelsea have drawn 1-1 at home to Everton in the Premier League. A depleted Rafa Benitez's Everton with loads of injuries. Chelsea had 5 absentees or something themselves with testing positive tests and stuff. We're going to talk about the stats in this game because it's important, but the narrative is Chelsea F.C. are back. That free kick we conceded that gave them the goal was a good goal. The narrative was there. Many Evertonian youngsters have come in. A feel-good feeling. The away fans, building momentum in terms of the atmosphere for them. And ultimately, a crap result for the Chelsea. So let's talk about statistics. Oh yeah, guys, please drop a like to make me feel better. Otherwise, whatever, and subscribe if you're new. Hey, you're welcome to subscribe if you want to. Let's talk about the lineups. We'll talk about the players. First off, Mendy started. It was a back three of Silva, who was magnificent in this game. Spoiler, I will go through player performances. I want to talk about that. I think it's important. Rudiger did alright, and Cesar Azpilicueta started at the right centre-back. It wasn't his best game, to be honest. Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek started in the double six with Alonso at left wing back and Reece James at right wing back. Mason Mount and Ziyech were behind Christian Pulisic. It was a 5-4-1 from Everton, but everyone was behind the ball. It was 11 men behind the ball. So Chelsea had over 80% possession. Now, despite us having a few absentees, we had a much better team than this particular Everton team. And they came up, they went to set up to defend and not give up any chances. So, yes, that's fair enough. But 80%, that is incredible. Like, over 80%. Everton only had 19.7% possession, which is mad. Chelsea had 23 shots. 23 shots. 1 goal. 23 shots, 1 goal. Everton had 5 shots, and that's probably only because we let them in towards the end. We had a good pass success at 90% and stuff, but to have 21 shots, just awful, man. Loads of bookings in this game, certainly in the first hour. Chelsea absolutely dominated in the first half. We were cooking, we were looking good. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, Reece James, always doing excellent combinations. Hakim Ziyech looking absolutely incredible at times. Some of the turns and flicks that he did, and when he did that turn and played that wicked ball to Pulisic, and who tried to do a little back heel flick, that would have been like a goal of the season contender. Chelsea had great moments in the first half. I tweeted out that generic tweet of, playing like 1970s Brazil without the finish. In the first half, Holgate gets booked, Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets booked, second half starts, Jorginho gets booked, Andreas Gomez gets booked, Lewis Dobbin gets booked later for simulation in the box, doing a dive, trying to win a penalty. And in the 65th minute, we're still 0-0, we're not doing anything in terms of really breaking through, just loads of shots. And by the way, I should have mentioned it earlier, the man of the match rightly was Jordan Pickford. I'm talking about us having all these shots and no goal, which is fair enough, that's frustrating, but Pickford did have the game of his life. He won man of the match. He's got by far the highest rating on Who Scored, I'm getting these stats here, in terms of who's performed the best. Like, he had an incredible game, so we can sort of look at that, but it's, when you have that many shots, it's still just a goalkeeper. In the 65th minute, we make 2 changes. Marcus Alonso comes off for Saul Niguez. Ruben Loftus-Cheek comes off for Ross Barkley. And you think, okay, Sal's going to go left wing back again, replacing Alonso, who wasn't particularly great. He wasn't awful, he wasn't particularly great. But no, Pulisic moves to left wing back. And Saul joins the front 3. And Ziyech joins the double 6 next to Jorginho. I think Tuchel's like, well, we got loads of the ball here. Let's move Ziyech as a sort of deeper, more creative force, and let's get another fresh legs up front. So we're like, okay, Saul Niguez, maybe this is his time to announce himself in the Chelsea team. He's played in central midfield a couple of times. It was awful. He played at left wing back. It wasn't good. Let's play him in the front 3 as one of the inside 10s and see if he can do anything. Spoiler, it wasn't good. But we did score very shortly after, 5 minutes after. Reece James combining with Mason Mount, another Premier League goal involvement for both those boys. Mason Mount has scored in 4 games in a row now, which is pretty incredible for how, the type of player he was before. He was very much like a sort of functional pressing number 8, do you know what I mean? He's very much scoring goals and assisting goals and being the go-to man, and, he's working hard and playing very, very well, and he lashes it. He gets to the near post after a Reece James assist, lashes it through, and it is a near post goal, but it's a great goal, loads of power. And obviously, Pickford's in scintillating form, so it wasn't like a weak near post. You don't think the goalkeeper should be doing better, in my opinion. We're not in front for long though. 4 minutes, and you think now, okay, they have to come out now. We're going to score more goals. This game might end 3-0 Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? And in the 74th minute, Reece James gives away a soft free kick. And from that set piece, Anthony Gordon takes it, and Jared Branthwaite, I think it's his first start for Everton, sticks his leg out the back post, runs in. It's a good goal. It's a good set piece goal. It is what it is, and at this point, Everton fans are going mental. They've been their team's just been absolutely dominated for the whole game, and now they've scored a goal. And not only that, they're getting chances around the box for the next few minutes, and that's when Lewis Dobbin dives around Sowell, trying to get a penalty, an ultimate snatch and grab. Trev comes on for Azpilicueta, so Trevor returns from injury. SP looks a bit tired, and ultimately we can't do it. We have a few chances, more shots, but it fizzles out, and I'm not going to criticise Everton at all for their approach. They had loads of absentees. They're away at Chelsea, who of course we're in a bad spot ourselves. This of course confirming this result, but yeah, they absolutely were okay to play like this. Doucouré was very good in the midfield for them. Of course, Branthwaite, the kid, playing in the back three, scoring the goal. Excellent from him. Godfrey was alright, I suppose, but Pickford really was the man. So let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea FC's player performances. Mendy in goal was fine. I don't think he did anything wrong. The goal is the goal. I think he was fine. Azpilicueta, a little bit under par. He has been lately. Thiago Silva was magnificent. Him and Mason Mount for me, spoiler, were the best 2 players. He did very, very well. Maybe Reece James as well, actually. So Silva was excellent. He was really calm and really sort of composed in that back three. The fans were singing his name lots. Rudiger, again, he was fine. He didn't, we would have said he was magnificent if he did another clutch moment, but he didn't. Jorginho wasn't his best game. He got a booking, and he did pretty well, but I just feel like he nearly got that goal in the first half. That nearly got that assist where he played that wicked little disguised vertical pass, and from there, I thought we were going to be cooking. Alonso was fine, but relatively uninspiring. Reece James was pretty damn good. Moving inside, got the assist, looking deadly. To be honest, the only 2 people on the ball that you think, oh, we're actually going to score here. Yes, Ziyech did loads of cool stuff, but the only 2 people on the ball that you thought, oh, we might actually score, is when Reece James and Mason Mount got on the ball. Reece James did have a couple of shots saved as well himself, and of course got the assist for the goal. Mason Mount was great. He's the sort of danger man in terms of midfield and final third, to be honest, in terms of winning the ball back high up, pressing and moving around and working hard, and apparently our best goal scorer at the moment, scoring 4 games in a row. And although that's a great asset of him, it's not his just job to be our sole goal scorer. Ziyech was fine. I think his first half he showed some magnificent stuff, and it showed that he can drop into midfield, so I've got no qualm with him. I know people will be angry with Ziyech because it didn't quite happen, but I don't know. I don't want to single him out. I think Pulisic was pretty poor. He nearly scored that flick. He was trying to jump for. I understand if aerial balls he's going to try and jump for them. It just wasn't working. So maybe just the false 9 doesn't work for Christian Pulisic. Do you know what I mean? And you could argue that's not his fault. I just don't think he was very inspiring in terms of stuff in between. So I'm going to quickly look at the Premier League table and see where we're at. So we are 4 points off top now. People will still say we are in a title race, but people will rightly say how we are in a slump and a mini crisis. Liverpool beat Newcastle after going behind, by the way. And Chelsea go behind. I never really have much confidence in us, but they went behind 1-0, and at time of recording they are 3-1 up. Man City have won their last 5 games. Chelsea have, or 6, 5 or 6, 5, probably more. Chelsea are in trouble, boys. It's difficult to be so condemning and judgmental because it's that time of year when you play loads of games. With what football's looking like at the moment in the current climate, I think it will be cancelled anyway. So it's a very difficult and peculiar time, landscape to judge the players and indeed the coach. I don't really blame Thomas Tuchel. I saw people on Twitter, talking about him being under pressure and stuff, but what else can you do? We've got all the ball. He's rotated appropriately. He's trying to make changes. I think he did everything he could, to be honest. Romelu's not available. So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. It sucks, but we move. Chelsea FC are hopefully back for only a little bit.